Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. Folks, I'm back again in Ark Survival Ascended, and this time we're going to do something a bit more different. What I'm planning to do here is I want to expand my base. I mean, personally speaking, this is decently big enough. This is where we're at with the build. It's looking pretty nice. We've got stuff stored away. This is all stuff, by the way, that I've found. As you can see right here, we've got a good storage area to start off with, but we're starting to run out of space, so I need to start looking at base expansion for two reasons actually. First one would be because I want to be doing some breeding, and because we don't have cryopods and a good place to store stuff, well, we're going to need a lot of space. That is problem number one. Problem number two, I'm running out of storage space for stuff, so the wooden boxes don't really do that much. But I'm going to show you what I've got so far. We've got a little start, I suppose. This will be something I'll be working on slowly and steadily. At the moment, I'm just going to focus on getting the basic outline of the base done, and then I suppose I'll take it from there. I'll build on top of it. I have a very rough idea in mind as to what I'm going to go for. Of course, it's going to be a castle build. I've got a couple of things up there. I want to build some towers and some tower-like structures and stuff, and just generally play around with the building pieces. So far, from what I've seen, these changes are absolutely amazing, but equally speaking, at the same time, these are the quittles, by the way, that you've seen in my taming guides. So I did tame them in the form of guides. Do bear in mind that as we progress through the series, I'm using the server both to do the playthrough as well as to do the taming guides. I've tried playing around with the single player, but I haven't quite figured it out. Plus, I'm being a bit lazy. I don't really have much time. We've got the raptors here as well, and the Therizinosaurus that we did, well, I did a guide on. We got the Argent, again, also from the guide. It's all been done legit. I mean, obviously, I've tried to prepare before it. We've got the Spino and the Giga as well. You saw that in the previous episode. We've got the Rexes here. We've got a hunting Rex and a pair that I'm going to use for breeding. But looking at the size of this particular room, I've come to realize that, well, it's not going to be enough. I'm going to end up with a bunch of Rexes, and there's not enough space to store them and move them about and do their imprinting and all that. So that means I'm going to, well, technically, this is big enough if we did have the cryopod storage, which we don't. Therefore, we have to do it the old-fashioned way, where we had huge bases, which is fine. I do like the building mechanics, and I think the only thing I could ask for further with regards to building is a greater diversity in the building pieces. So I'm having a look around. I'm trying to size the area here that I'm in, just to kind of give me an idea of how I'm going to use the space, and yeah, I kind of want to incorporate my base into the space. I do want to turn it into a fortified castle. At least that is the plan that I'm going for. And the fact that we've got so many nice pieces and they work so well with regards to the collision into the ground, I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do with these pieces. I'm going to be mixing and matching and doing stuff, and it's very likely that I'm going to stick to stone and wood structures. This is a PvE server, so nothing to worry about it. Plus, I'm the only one on my own server, so even bigger bonus there. I can build as I see fit. But yeah, I might use some metal pieces. I'm not sure what on, but we'll see how this series progresses. With that said, I'm just going to start doing some building, and I'll keep popping you guys in just to see the progress. So obviously, in preparation for this video, I have spent a lot of time, it's worth mentioning, gathering pieces and structures and building, and not building but making structures. But this is the outline so far that I've come up with. Generally speaking, it's a very rough outline, liable to change. But yeah, this is kind of, I think, should be enough for the breeding facility. Obviously, to be more economical on the pieces, as you can see, I'm gonna use lines of foundations. There's basically a range on each foundation with regards to the building support, meaning I can use now ceilings to basically get this sort of flat surface that I'm walking on right now. And yeah, I'll just keep doing that. This will take a while. I don't really want it to be a full build video, but if you guys like stuff like this, I can definitely make videos like it. But I suppose this is more of me just kind of sharing my thoughts with you, and kind of popping you in just to see how the build's going, what I'm going for. And as I said, as this is aimed to be a castle, I'm going to stick to wooden structures, to thatch structures, to wooden structures, and stone structures. I think I said wooden twice. But yeah, I do need to pay attention here. Sometimes I do like to snap a bit weirdly. I mean, I'm not going to cry for one wrongfully snapped ceiling piece here, but yeah, we do want to pay attention. There we go. Okay, things are coming along quite nicely. I am starting to run out of some pieces here, but as you can see, I've prepared quite nicely. These are all crafted things, and I thought I'd place them there, so I don't know if there'll be enough. I haven't really calculated anything. I just went with guesswork here. But compared to the Ark Survival Evolved pieces, this is much more fun to use, and I'm enjoying it. As I said, I'd like to see more texture variations on building pieces. So maybe if we had some pieces like they did in the Castles, Keeps, and Forts mod, that would be absolutely great. Or you know, different types of textures. Same pieces, but just different textures. You know, even if it's stone, I do like it. It looks really good. And I guess what I'm asking for from, or hoping for, would be a greater diversity in the types of textures that we get. But yeah, we're doing this. I'm trying not to make a box, so that is the aim. I'm trying to make it look pretty. I'm trying to make it look like a castle. There's a lot of things. And like I said, I have nothing planned in my mind apart from it being a castle, and I don't want it to be a box. That is basically the reason for me using the Castles, Keeps, and Forts mod in the past, but this kind of overrides it. I suppose the only thing that I could ask for would be, and I said it again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yeah, different textures, different looking pieces, same material, just different looking designs, that's all. Which should be fairly easy, I would have thought. I'll sort that triangle out later. Right, so I'm at the stage of placing walls. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to have towers and stuff. I need to sort the towers out. I need to figure different designs out for towers. I mean, yeah, it's complicated to explain, but I do want to have towers that look like they are, I suppose, they have a purpose to some extent, I suppose. I'll figure that out. I'm not going to try and finish off the towers because that is something I want to think about, but I am going to go with the big wall pieces, which can be a bit fiddly, as I see now, with regards to trying to snap them. We go. This was one thing that has been. It's like it's when we have these. There we go. Oh, so it's that section right there that I always find a bit funny when it comes to trying to snap the piece. So I don't know why it's not snapping there. That didn't make much sense to me. Let's do this. There we go. Something like that. Just get some more pieces. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm happy. It's looking like we're going to have sufficient space for what I plan. And obviously the first thing that I want to breed will be the standard Rexes. I want to build my Rex army, which I intend to use on the bosses. I do want to try and do the Ascension here as well. And Yeah, that's going to be a bit difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's easier if you have other players helping you out. I don't think I'm going to have that luxury, so I'll need to figure stuff out. Plus, we don't have access to cryopods, which is going to be fun because the Ascension Cave, yeah, that's basically death. One wrong step equals death. Plus, I'm always worried about the gigas in there. That's what has me quite terrified. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that my 6-year-old gaming PC is now starting to struggle. So I think it's time I look at an upgrade. Don't know how I'm going to go about that, but I suppose it will be a YouTube investment. I mean, don't get me wrong, still a decently powerful PC, but with these new changes... Oh god, that went wrong. I'm going to have to figure that one out. I think the best way to do that is to place some ceiling tiles and pick that up, and then pick up the ceiling tiles and fall to the ground, I guess. Yay, that's fun. It's always fun when pieces place wrongly. It does happen often, though. Right, see if I can get this. And that. And can I do that? That seems to work. That's fine, I'm happy with that. Okay, right, let's correct that mistake. It'll take a while after. Obviously, I'm going to use all the pieces up first, though. Like this. Oh my god. Alright, this is where I'm at currently. I have started on the towers. I'm doing the ceilings right now. I want to close this off, and I think once I've done that, it should be enough for me to take a break. I have been working for a couple of hours trying to get this done, building all the tile pieces that I need. Something is weighing down my Argent, so we'll drop the meat. Maybe that'll make a difference. Boy. We are heavy. You can drop the rotten meat, the spoiled meat. Will that work? Just about. I suppose it won't be the fastest, but it'll get us up there. I am being greedy here, by the way. I could definitely have picked up fewer pieces, but yeah, it's fine. We'll manage. We'll manage. I think once I've finished with the ceiling, I'm going to log off and just call it a day here. And continue on, I suppose, on a different day. There's been a lot of work behind it. I mean, it's difficult to show in a couple of minutes all the work that's been involved behind the scenes and everything. So, yeah. I'm ready for a break. I can't wait to finish this off. I mean, I suppose in my mind, in fairness, I didn't think about building this big initially. Although I suppose a part of me deep down kind of knew that this would be the case, just because of not having the cryopods, yeah, cryo pieces, yeah. So we don't have anywhere to store dinos. The other thing I'll need to figure out is what I'm going to do with the dinos I don't want to keep, because there'll be plenty of those when I get into breeding. In the past, I would just put them in a cryopod and chuck the cryopod away. Cryopods aren't that expensive to build, especially when we had that cryo ball gun. It was just so easy to get rid of the unwanted dinos. But now we need to do it the old-fashioned way. And so I need to figure out an efficient method for getting rid of the leftovers. Yeah, there'll be plenty of those, seeing as how rare mutations are. And of course, I'm going to be breeding for mutations, particularly stat mutations. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Might be doing Argents. That's another thing that's kind of crossed my mind. I definitely want to try and give them dodos a go. See if I can build a really powerful dodo. I think it would be fun. Alright, this is where I'm at. I have finished with the roof. I'm just going to store the Argent away. But this should keep my dinos safe for the time being. And I think I'm going to call it a day for me personally. I don't know if I'm going to end the video here or not. But it's starting to look pretty nice. I'm happy with it. It's starting to look like a good sized base. On the inside we have plenty of space. There's still things that I need to complete. Now, thing I noticed is I'm starting to lag. My graphics card is 6 years old. Granted, when I bought it, it was right expensive. It was over £1,000, but technology has definitely improved since then, and we can see the low quality in it. So I think if this has convinced me, I'm definitely going to be looking at an upgrade as soon as possible, really. I definitely want to enjoy Ark in its full capacity, so to speak. There we go. Alright, so different day, different build, or continuing to build, better said, and this is what I've done so far. I've brought the towers up. I've built this. This is kind of like a hangar type of thing. And this over here will be I suppose, the main base where I'll be crafting stuff in there, so I can walk, I suppose, medium dinos in there with things. We're going to have this right here, which is going to be like a little hut. I'll have to have a think about how I'm going to design it, but this right here will become the main section for, I suppose this is where I'm going to keep the vault, so to speak. This is what it looks like on the inside. A bit bare, still a couple of pieces that I need to swap out and change around. And honestly, I don't really have a specific thing set in mind, but I'm trying to make it look as realistic as possible. And I've already started placing down some vaults. As I said, I'm running out of space in the other storage boxes, but the walls on both sides will have storage vaults. And I've moved the pieces that I had all over the place into the vault. I've got a mix of stuff right now. And let me see. I'll take some of these out. And what else do I want to do? Yeah, we'll need some walls. Grab a bunch of these. That should do. And yeah, I need to think about how I'm going to design the inside. So I'll take this nice and slow. But first things first, I want to enclose this. I've had to put the water tank here just to kind of extend the range of the water within my base. I do like this new system for the water. I think it's pretty decent. And I've got, as you can see, plenty of space here to work. It is a bit laggy. It does randomly lag, which is kind of frustrating. Now, I know I said in the previous day that I might consider building or upgrading. I think this further convinces me to do it. I mean, it's about time. It's a bit overdue anyways. Ark, I suppose, is the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. Now I'm going to be building my own computer with my own specs and stuff, and physically building it. So we'll see what I'm going to go for. Haven't quite decided. I know it's going to cost a great deal, but I think it'll be worth it because, as I said, 6 years. My computer's done me well. I'm proud of it. I'm right proud of it. I mean, I can still run any game I put on it on either medium or high quality, but obviously we won't have any of the RTX benefits, so no ray tracing, none of that stuff, which I think would be nice. And I'll class it as a business investment, as I do pay tax on YouTube and everything I do on YouTube. So yeah, 6 years I managed to get out of that one, and the next one that I'm going to be building will hopefully last me 6 years as well. I think that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at. So I guess, yeah, on that note, it will probably be expensive. Now in here I plan to put a few more things. It'll just be things to like extend, maybe a generator to power up lights and stuff. But yeah, the choppiness is kind of getting to me. I tried to over-explain myself. I tried to over-explain myself before. I suppose, in a way, I am. If I'm right, I've decided. So, I have decided to upgrade. A big contributing factor is Ark. It's not the only contributing factor, but Ark is a big contributing factor. So I don't know. I suppose I don't know how people feel about that. But I do also feel that it is time for that. So I guess it's just me over justifying myself. Maybe not so much to the people watching this, but maybe to myself as well. It's a thought I've been thinking about for some time, to be honest, and trying to justify why I should upgrade. And I guess this game's kind of tipped me on the side of upgrading. Which is what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm going to be looking at pieces and parts, and do you know what? I'm actually looking forward to actually building a computer again. Okay, we got this here. I actually want to see what the map looks like. I want to place it down somewhere. But I'll leave it for later, though. Let's get a feeding trough. Put that down. It's going to be fun when it's time to move all these pieces into the bigger base. I don't know what I'm going to do with the section right here. This could potentially be the kibble stroke food crafting part of the base. I could then have the other section that I'm working on now as the storage and everything else crafting section type of thing. I'm trying to make use of all the space that I've got here at the top. I mean, it's starting to look pretty nice. I'm really enjoying it. Minus the drop in frame rate, if I'm honest. I am definitely feeling it. Okay, where can I place this? Well, the idea is I want to place the generator inside here, but it seems to be a bit funny with where it wants to set down. I think that'll do. It'll have to do. Right, so we've got this. We should power stuff. Rightio. And that's pretty much it. Another day, another part of the build complete. Still loads more to go. But now I can start getting stuff ready for the breeding. We've got the space. I'm going to need to get a few dinos to help me with breeding. First things first, though, we need to get back in. And I'm doing this off of the Giga because we always seem to have Titan boas spawning in this area. I did build on the edge of the swamp, and I guess that is something we have to deal with as and when it happens. Okay. There we go. And that should be close to finished. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil. Right there. I was going to say, I don't really want to get off because of the potential Titan bows. They always seem to slither up on me. Right, okay. It's looking decent. Oh, that's not the way I wanted to dismount, but yeah, well, it is what it is. Now, I realize the tower is looking like it's floating from down here. It's because I've run out of those pieces, you see. So I'll have to build some more so I can actually cover all the holes. But yeah, I've run out of the quarter wall pieces. So I'm currently working with what I've got in stock, so to speak. And from the outside, you know, I mean, it needs a bit of imagination to kind of cover up the holes in the walls and whatnot. But it is looking pretty decent. Right, let's go and get some food. Let's go get some meat with the Giga. Now, I have built... this was, I suppose, my first base location in Ark Survival Ascended. Ark Survival Evolved is what I mean. I'm playing Ark Survival Ascended, geesh. But this was my first base location, and it was on official servers. And back in them days, I mean, you had to build huge bases because you ended up having to do egg farms and all that sort of stuff. It was a lot more complicated than it is now. But I had this whole area to myself, and there was a 2-person tribe. And the good thing about here is we have beavers that have beaver dams, so we have a constant supply of cementing paste from that. Plus, we also are close to the swamp, so we can get the leech blood, which is going to be useful for quite a few things. And yeah, we have a good hunting spot as well. But yeah, this portion that I'm walking on, this was all enclosed and fenced in and pillared down, because that was a thing back in the days. Probably still is now on official servers, if I think about it. There we go. There's the leech blood. There's the pearls. You get a bit of chitin, which is going to be useful. There we go. Let's get some of this good stuff. I don't really know what I'm biting at. I'm just randomly biting at stuff, hoping to get lucky here. Yeah, okay, this is it. I'm seeing some movement on the ground. It's just, yeah, just taking guess here. Taking a guess. Alright, come on. Okay. I think I should have enough meat for now. There we go. I'm not really been lucky here. There's our beaver dam. Might as well empty that out. Get the good stuff out of it. Let me just see where the beavers are. I don't see them any close. But that is the base. That is what it's looking like. A bit glitchy, but I do love the way it looks. Still a lot of work left to do to it. But it's starting to look like a castle, and I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving it. I can only imagine how much more beautiful it would look with a proper updated graphics card. Now, if I could, I would just get the graphics card, but because it's 6 years old, well, the new technology doesn't really fit my computer anymore. But I can only imagine just how beautiful that would look. I can only imagine how beautiful it's going to look when it's completely finished. It's going to be a lot larger with a lot more detail to it. But I think for now, I'll go and put the gig away. I'll quickly get the cementing paste out of the beaver dam, and I think I'm going to call it a day. Now, I would like to get another giga and breed it and see how strong we can get this giga breeding line. I mean, this giga has kind of reached its capacity. It's only a tame, but normally with the imprinting, gigas do become far more stronger. But this is doing a lot of damage. It's impressive. I'm happy with it. I'm actually seeing a use for the gigas right now. At the moment, and I think for a long time to come still, this is the most powerful creature I have in my base. So, I mean, there's not really anything that I have that does close to 1,000 damage. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using it. Sadly, stamina though on gigas sucks really badly. So there's no running about. We're not going to be the fastest giga, but yeah, this is going to be my meat harvester, I guess. With that being said and done, that is pretty much it for this video, folks. There hasn't really been anything too big, but I mean, it's been a bit of a build video, just kind of keeping you guys updated with regards to what I'm doing, what I'm up to, where I'm getting with the build. Sometimes we do need to do stuff like this, but now I have the space required for breeding, so I think to look forward to in the future is breeding. I will be doing that. As of course we continue with the game, there will be changes and upgrades to the space. This big giant room will start to fill out. As it fills out and I start probably struggling with space, I will be making changes and modifications to the base to kind of find to help me keep things in here. Otherwise, you know, with all the tames and stuff, I'm going to be running out of space anyways. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And of course, as always, until next time, stay safe, folks.